What's up guys, HK here bringing you a review on today's Bleach Manga chapter. What's the number again? 671, yep. Okay, so a quick update on last week's chapter, again because I didn't review it, sorry about that. You know, I'm busy, blah blah blah, you know, etc etc. Last week's chapter was a bit of a pain because I'm getting really tired of this Gerald fight. I do want it to get a bloody move on. And seeing Zaraki's Bankai being what it was very unexpected and very anticlimactic as well, so I wasn't very impressed. I did like the fact that, you know, he did manage to defeat Gerald's second form, only for Gerald to transform into his third form, and pretty much owning Zaraki, though that was more to do with Zaraki being unable to control his own powers, because this was the first time he went to Bankai mode, so yeah, unexpected and surprising. Kind of similar to what happened with Grimmy, innit? But yeah, the ending of that with Hitsugayu maturing into an adult was just, what? Like, what the hell was that? Like, I mean, it's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong, but like, it was just so surprising, and it wasn't really foreshadowed well, and the design was, I mean, for the most part, it's good. I don't mind it. It was a good it was a decent chapter, but like, the ending was just kind of like a, I wouldn't even call it an ass-pull, because I don't think we've ever been told that if the petals would fall off that he would transform, but we never seen that happen. You know what I mean? Like, every time that was gonna happen, Hitsugayo's have either been defeated in battle or he's always deactivated his Bankai before that could happen. So I guess it works. It's a nice surprise, I guess. But yeah, this chapter was a bit better because of the teamwork. I like fights where there's a lot of teamwork involved, and with this chapter you get that, which was great. You got Hitsugayu pretty much explaining what happens with him maturing, and he's taking on Gerald. Gerald, the Miracle, aka Miracle, is more impressed. You know, he's more happy about taking on an adult than a child. And Hitsugayu is just freezing his ass. I mean, Gerald tries to aim with the sword, and the sword just freezes. Like, it doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? Like, he can't really generate it. Something about it suspending all, I don't know, it suspends all the hope or whatever, like crap like that. So, you know, Gerald is pretty much fucking weak at this point. And he ends up grabbing Hitsugayu and trying to crush him, but you know, he just ends up getting frozen himself, and Zaraki ends up coming back into the fight and doing something to his legs. I don't know what the hell he did, but Gerald ends up pretty much falling to the fucking ground on his knees, I think, or head first. I don't know, I'm getting a bit confused. The way the fight, sometimes the fights are drawn are very confusing to make sense of. But yeah, that doesn't take Gerald out, obviously, but because he continues, he's continuing to try and kill Hitsugayu, but it's not working, obviously, because of his ice powers, I guess, because they work really quick, so he can't do anything about that. He does, and in the end, manage to let go, and he tries to use a Quincy bow instead when his sword gets fucking crushed. But, you know, he speaks too long, and Hitsugayu also explains that if he had released that arrow a second earlier, he might have damaged him, but he fails to do that. That's when he ends up grabbing him, and that's what the whole thing with Zaraki ends up happening. And in the end, you've got Byakuya activating his Sanzo Sakura and throwing those 1000R swords right into him. So yeah, overall, very confusing chapter in terms of how the action went, but very good in terms of the teamwork. I liked the fact that it was a team effort to bring this bastard down. I liked Hitsugayu's powers because, like, it wasn't really an ass pull or anything. It was just more of a bigger, more effective, more faster version of his ice powers that we've seen before, so that was great. It was great seeing Zaraki, even though he got his fucking arm chopped off last chapter, it was great to see that he's not out of the fight yet. His Bankai does look to be gone, but he did something to Gerald using just a hand on his leg, so I don't know what the hell was, a Vulcan nerve pitch or something? I don't know. And Byakuya getting involved as well, that was great. And Gerald just getting all frozen over, getting stuck there in place, and just having those swords flying at him. Obviously this fight's going to keep on going, but I'm hoping next chapter this dude finally dies. Like, otherwise this chapter would have been a waste. Like I said, I like the team effect. I like when characters work together to take out a bigger threat. So I'm hoping this works out for the best next chapter, and that it's not a waste of time. But I do feel like the Miracle, because he's called the bloody Miracle, he's got a trick up his sleeve. He's probably gonna own all three of them, and maybe Momo's gonna end up coming to save the day, because we haven't seen her for a while, we haven't seen Shinji for a while, we don't know where the hell Rangiku is, so fuck knows what's going on with them. But yeah, overall this chapter was fun, it was fast paced, it was good, but seriously, I want the story to get moving faster, like, because these fights are really dragging. That's the problem with Bleach, guys. Like, I like Bleach, I think it's great, but it's just that sometimes the fights go on for way too long to the point where you start to get bored, and that's the problem with Bleach. That's the problem I had with Bleach. It's the problem I've had with when watching the anime as well, because like the fights just go on and go on. It's just fight after fight after fight. It gets tiring. I want some normality, some simplicity, some, you know what I mean, just a little bit of a slowdown with more story being explained than just fight, 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 fight. And that's pretty much what's happening here. I just want this to end. So yeah, but overall decent chapter. It was better than last week's, I thought, but because again, team effect. So overall, what I think, I've already explained my thoughts. It was good. So yeah, that was my thoughts and reviews on it. Losing myself there for a second. Anyway, as usual, like, subscribe, whatever, and I shall see you when I shall see you. Damn, I'm bored of Bleach, man. Seriously, get on moving. Come on, Kubo. Get on, like, get it done already. We're getting bored here. Oh, and someone bring the anime back, for Christ's sake. It's 2016 now. When's it coming back, huh? When's it coming back?